Right, we're going to be doing the Madrid circuit since the DLC's out now. Because, yeah, I've done a practice session with them. A quality session, sorry. There's something. Battery's going to be important, but we'll see. They're, like I said, they're definitely interesting. I
Radio
think,
check. Radio check.
but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Radio check.
Yeah, I'm thinking we start mediums, run them as long as possible till I've set it to rain, so we should get a bit of rain. I'm gonna go 2 laps over because I know lifting and coasting is going to be a thing, but I don't know about fuel usage. It's not equal cars, so we're just realistic performance. So this will be interesting, I think.
Rain is forecast in just over 10 minutes time. Rain in 10 minutes. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now.
How's the DLC so far?
It's something. The cars are interesting. They're interesting. I did a quali session. They're fun. The difficult part is the lifting and coasting in quali.
Setting my controls up.
Oh, have fun. Yeah, they're interesting with the lifting and coasting in quali, because that's not how I like to drive. I like to just flat out. So it's going to be an interesting league racing is going to be interesting. We're going to see who's smart with battery, who uses too much, who whatever. Strategy is going to be important, but I think if your strategy messes up, you've got more of a chance of bringing it back with these cars.
So we're expecting rain in about 10 to 15 minutes.
Driver ranking is see loudly crying face.
Oh my god. Just gonna roll to the audio on this.
It's because I got Steam not here now.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, that'll do. This'll be interesting. I'm so used to running the cars in non with the 25 cars, but in medium it seems like you can leave them in.
TT.
They need to do that. I have set it to rain partway through this race because chaos. That's what I want. That's what I'm hoping for. But they do need to bring back wet time trial. That was always a fun thing. But they need to do like wet and inters so you can differentiate both of them. They're definitely like sensitive on the brakes, which is interesting. Like the brakes, you've got too much speed going into certain corners, so we're going to have to brake a lot earlier now, which is going to be interesting. But yeah, Madrid's a fun track. I think it feels fun. I think the main thing, we can't enjoy a track till we've got used to the car driving. So like, we're saying it's a fun track, but we've not raced around it in a league yet. And as well, we're still getting used to the cars, so people saying like, oh, it might not be a great circuit. Maybe that's because we've not got used to them yet. Get used to the cars and then we'll figure out if the track's good.
Okay, so with the new power units, make sure you're lifting and coasting before corners, and consider not always going full throttle. Try combining lift and coast into braking with boost out of corners and see if
So yeah, like I'm in non, but if you tap overtake when you've got boost, it can still go down, which is interesting. That one seems a bit, I don't know if that's a bug or not, because it doesn't feel like that should be going down when you're in non, but that could be how the regs work. I don't really know much about these regs, I just sort of watch them. I think definitely running the car in non is going to help corner exits because of the amount of power you've got coming out of the car. But yeah, you can run non, same as last year, but it seems that the power you've got, same as real life, is very, like, a lot less than it was last regulations and any other regs. So pretty much running it in non is for safety cars and pit lane and most of Monaco, and then maybe the third sector of here, that seems to work in non. Like all the way through here you can kind of run it and then just tap the overtake. But yeah, you've also got downshift protection, which is a bit weird to get used to, because I never thought I was someone that spammed downshifts, but this, just from a quali lap and the opening 3 laps, I've noticed, yeah, I did.
Within a second, you'll get access to extra power from the hybrid system in overtake mode.
But yeah, Madrid is really hard. But like I've got no battery, and you lose so much speed. I think they've sort of tried to include super clipping, but haven't fully included it as harsh as it was. So this feels more Miami than anything else, which is really good, because that's pretty much, I can't remember about Canada, but it felt like Miami was where they brought in the biggest change so the regs feel closer to that than they did any other circuit. But it's a fun circuit. I'm really enjoying it. I think this is going to be one of those circuits that's just much better in time trial than a race. But it's a fun circuit. I'm enjoying it. The AI seem to have good battles. So that's good to see. That's what you want. But yeah, all the way through here, just run it and none. And because we've been lifting and coasting, we've still got the same amount of fuel. So strategy is going to be really important with fuel. You can underfuel now, I reckon, a lot more than you could before. And it won't harm you because of your lifting and coasting. But recharging battery is quite easy as well.
Condition still looking good.
But you can definitely tell as well the amount of power you get from going from non to medium, even with less than 10%, is ridiculous.
Car feels shit.
They do a bit. I mean, that's the thing. We all said the ground effect cars felt bad, and I guess in some ways, yeah. Get used to them. Give them a good setup. They work. You can work with them. I think these require very specific setups, and obviously I've only driven them on this circuit. I haven't driven them around any other circuit, so normally I have a bit of a ritual when a new F1 game comes out or whatever. First thing I do is a 100% around Silverstone, but that I'll do in my own time. I've got a league race around here tonight at 8 o'clock, so I'm gonna stop the live stream once we've done this race, get a bit more practice in, and then I'll live stream the race on here. So once I've done that race, I'll then be going off and doing my own. I'm going to be recording some videos ready for yeah, you can downshift, downstrokes. I'm going to be doing my own videos to sort of tips on battery, but to do that I need to understand them better, and especially car feels. I'm also going to be making my own setups, so that'll be fun, and I'll do some videos on track guides. The first one will be this as well. Once it gets to rain, because we've got rain in this race, I will do a guide on how to drive the cars in the wet, if they're much different, because if they are, whoever's good in the wet will really outshine everyone else. Tyre wear seems a little bit high around here, but okay, so tyres are overheating with this setup, so that's something I need to change. Weather.
Rain's a few lap outs yet, but it is coming, so be careful. Dry's definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
I'm slowly getting more confident with the car, which is nice. They're definitely different to what I like, but we've seen drivers like Lewis struggle with ground effect come into this season, and he's suddenly back to the Lewis that we're used to, just being brilliant in whatever car he's in. So But then we're also seeing drivers like Max and Lando with cars that aren't the style that they like, where they like the ground effect era cars compared to these. They're really struggling. I think the same's going to be the thing with the game. Anyone who liked the ground effect era cars may not enjoy these. I very much like the ground effect era cars. I think I'm going to adapt to these, but you're not going to see the same pace that you saw in other leagues I've done, where I could kind of drive the cars. In a four-wheel slide, these feel very specific, I guess, if that's the right word, of when they want to do what you want. They've got too much grip because of the less power in non, and that's kind of putting me off a bit of how I like to drive. Not squeezed by size. I mean, we're not really making up positions. I mean, look at the map. The two Mercedes, of course, are already around the bank corner. We're probably, what, 20, maybe 30 seconds behind them? So we'll see. Dirty air as well, that's one thing I want to talk about in the video. It's not strong. Dirty air is not, it's almost non-existent, which is very interesting, because obviously in the 25 cars, very strong. 26 cars, same as real life, not that powerful, not that powerful. But yeah. I'm gonna get signs here, hopefully. Yeah, we can get them.
Nice move, good job. Systems all looking good, head down.
It's already starting to rain. Don't know if it's the setup, but cars feel more understeery. I think that's also because we've lost a lot of downforce. I think 15% compared to ground effect. But that's that's to be expected with the understeer. We'll get used to it. I mean, the 21 cars, sorry, the cars before the ground effect era cars felt very understeery for me. Then the ground effect era cars kind of fixed that. So I don't know if we've kind of gone closer to 21 than we were last season or whatever. But yeah.
Gap to your teammate ahead, 7.3 seconds. We're increasing our gap on the car behind by around a second a lap.
Especially on corner exits, if you aren't in non and you just put the power down and you're in anything over non, just instant wheel spin. The amount of power these cars get is ridiculous.
Okay, be careful. We think you're going to start losing some tyre grip anytime now.
Been hit. I think it's time for Inters. Was it just... No, I didn't. The tyres are just going off. Just understeering constantly. Yep. Yeah, it's time to pit. Who are we going to pit? I don't know where the pit entry is. I'm just going to follow this guy.
Oscar is into the pit lane. Oscar in the pits.
Cool.
Right, let's go.
Decent start.
Come on. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one.
Cool. Right. It's time to try out cars in the wet. This will be interesting. I'm going to leave them in non.
Okay, one stop to go. Just one stop left in this strategy.
Where's the pit lane guy? Oh my. Okay, that's a pit lane. We lost quite a lot of time to Bortoleto that match. Bit annoying. Okay. Yeah, braking's weird in the wet.
This is our true position. We're on the same strategy.
Oh
They've
my
pitted
God.
as well as us, so warm up your tyres and make the most of this stint.
Well, the Mercedes... Well, I mean, they might have pit, to be brutally honest, with that gap. But I doubt it. No, they're pitting now, one of them is. Okay, makes more sense. Okay, that's new. So
Okay, so because of the
Here we are.
conditions, boost mode and full straight mode disabled. Boost and full straight mode have been disabled, so partial straight mode only.
From what I understand, that means the rear wing doesn't open but the front does, or it's the other way around, that the front wing, whichever one. Yeah, it's the opposite. I'm not sure. Oh, and we don't have overtake, which is interesting. I don't actually know how these work. I'm just kind of... So it is all about recharging. Yeah, so there's no overtake mode. That makes sense.
Remember to play around with ERS modes in your MFD if you need to. Left of this rain, then we think it's going to dry up. 10 minutes. Inters seem to be the fastest tyre for now. given a time penalty for that last incident, mate. Okay,
Oh
so
my
gap
God.
to the car ahead. Okay, you're doing well out there. Keep it up. We're looking at about 10 more minutes of rain. 10 minutes.
Need to watch out for tyre temps as well. Track's too dry for inters, but too wet for drives. So we're just losing a heap of time because we're overheating our tyres.
Right, the gap to the teammate ahead of us. 12.9 seconds.
Yeah, it's getting stronger now. Good. Tyres will start to cool down, but we will have much less grip. Then we'll be seeing as well, the same as we do in real life, on quali laps, before you cross the line, do not full throttle. Full throttle after the line, maximise battery usage. But from what I've seen, there's no maximum deployment. It kind of feels like as long as you've got battery, you can always deploy it, whether you're in boost or not. Boost just makes it a little bit more powerful. So that's the same in quali. I'd honestly say leave it in hot lap mode and then just down it to medium. Same as we did in F124, where you could just leave it in hot lap and still use overtake, and in this case you can still use boost. But that's just from 3 laps of quali in the dry. So in the wet, I honestly think it will just be leave it in hot lap and then just drop it down for the corners where you need a little bit extra grip, so slower exit speed. Just put it in on to minimise wheel spin.
Behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap. Well done.
It's a fun track though. I quite enjoy it.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 4.9 seconds. Are you coping okay with this weather? We're watching the amount of standing water on the road, and for now, we think it's safe to stay with the Inter. Okay, let's see if we can catch the car ahead. Gap currently 5 seconds.
Hoping when it dries up we can probably get into some more battles, but just not got the pace at the moment. But yeah, we'll get used to them. It's just new regs. It's been out for an hour-ish, and yeah, this is my first race on the game. First race with these cars anyway. But we're kind of maintaining a bit. I mean, I guess the gap in front is starting to we're starting to catch up a little bit. I think we're getting used to the rain more, and then we're slowly getting used to the cars. And as well, these cars in front, not being able to overtake, they're kind of stuck in a bit of a train of we're not going to overtake each other. But the Mercedes have pulled away, especially the one at the front. I'm going to assume that's George, given the driver ratings, but if this was real life, that would probably be Kimmy. I think as well, I'm trying to drive these like it's last year's cars, and that doesn't work. You can't drive these how you drive ground effect cars. You can't turn in and expect the car to just grip. You have to turn in and wait for it to grip and then go. Whereas before we were kind of turning in, full throttle, flicking steering, wheel users were, and the car would just grip. That's not the case anymore, from what I understand. I mean, I'm on controller, so you can't flick on controller. My settings allow me to turn the best I can, but yeah. Seems like in the rain though, you still burn more fuel. I'm going to assume that's because we're not lifting and coasting as much into corners to recharge. Just because we can't do any more than we are. We're in medium mode. The car will catch up if it can. It's getting past, it's going to be difficult. I think, whilst we obviously want as much overtaking as possible and racing as possible, I'm kind of understanding why the FIA have sort of always delayed races or whatever when it's been raining, purely because these cars aren't great in the wet. They're fine, but you're not going to get overtakes. You're not going to get the dry weather racing like you normally never do, but they're just not the same car. In terms of you go for a move and you catch up, but you've not got any more power than the car in front. Yes, you've not got the dirty air, but that just means you can follow them. You can't overtake them. And without the active aero being as like in use as it is in the dry, you're just kind of sat there waiting for them to make a mistake, I guess. That's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, having fun with them though. $40 laps to go. Yeah, we're making some progress. We're pulling away from Hulkenberg, and we're catching up to Albon and Bortoletto. Let's try hot lap. Give us a bit extra power. It's not really much more power, I guess. don't know if maybe it's because this is a new track, but the AI definitely seem a bit more quicker at the moment. I know we heard people like Alex Gillen saying that the AI are quicker around Spa. Obviously, I haven't tested that yet. That's something I'm going to test over the next week. But the cars definitely, the AI definitely feel a bit quicker. They're not making many mistakes from what I've seen, and the ones they are, they're able to recover. We're not getting many trains. We're sort of getting cars that catch up. I don't know if that's maybe because of the wet, they're not overtaken. But they seem to manage battery quite well. And this is 110 AI, so we know the cars, the AI are lighter than the player. But I don't know sort of what that sort of changes. I know they'll be a bit quicker on acceleration or whatever, but battery management will be the same, and that's where the player can catch up. Because before it would be you just had to have pace, and the AI weren't that good around certain tracks. Definitely burning more fuel in the wet though still, so that's not changed despite the lifting and coasting, but I guess we're not doing as much.
Be careful you don't burn out your tyres. Gap to your teammate ahead, 16.5 seconds.
Okay, so in the wet it is just the front aero opens. That's probably why we're not getting that much speed on the straights. But it's definitely a high wing matter compared to last year's low wing matter just because of the active aero. But yeah. I think in the wet we're going to see, I don't want to say proper overtaking, but overtakes that don't rely on you having more battery than the car ahead. You're going to see overtakes where you have to plan them. I guess, like if that was in the dry, you could just whack on battery and you go for it. But here, you have to really think. And with the downshift protection, you can't be as aggressive on the downshifts. So lifting and coasting is much quicker than just slamming on the brakes and downshifting. Stop raining, so we should be back to dries by lap 25, I reckon, depending on how this track dries out. I reckon we go hard till the end. They should last.
Perfect situation, but I don't think we got cause to move on to a different tyre yet. Weather's changing now. We're going to have to change strategy, so it's time to box. Copy.
Okay. Guess the game wants us to box now. I mean, we've still not got overtake mode or full active aero, but if the game thinks it's time, we can go and undercut maybe on, well, no one as it turns out, but you know. Cool.
Okay, off we go, back into the race.
Yeah, we got held up by traffic.
Stop, faster than we were expecting.
Okay, the difficult part now is warming up tyres. We've lost a couple positions. Oh no, we're gonna gain them back. Okay. Well, we've lost a bit of time to cars like Alvin, but
let's get some heat into those tyres.
okay, now we've got to warm up our tyres. See how that goes.
Okay, we're back to racing conditions. Boost and straight mode re-enabled.
Let's try and catch back up to Alex in the Williams and not hit a wall while we're at it, please. Right, we're not going to gain the 16 seconds on Piastri, but we can gain a little bit of time, which might, there's a safety car or a red flag. That will bring us back into the race, I guess. Track dries up very quickly around here. Track's pretty much dry instantly. Yeah, okay, we're not at full, I guess, normal lap speed, but we're at a decent pace. Gone deep.
Worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
I doubt that Aston Martin will be getting past us, so we'll just start super. Yeah. You can really cut that chicane. We've got it on strict warnings as well.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 3.1 seconds. That front wing is going to need replacing if it takes too much damage.
Whoa. Did not even realise he went for a sender. He's got damage too. Let's let him by. Hamilton behind on the softs.
So that's boost mode available if you need it.
Not gonna let Hamilton pass. We're gonna just get Stroll. Use whatever we've got left to just pull away, I guess. Whoa. What happened there? I want to see that on the replay. Replay cameras look good. So we get blocked there. Okay. We're 3 wide. Okay, well we're gonna rewind and we're gonna go to the left. Just gonna go straight around him. start super clipping now, you can already see the car goes
Nice
down.
work, mate. That brings you up a place.
See that the speed drops instantly. Right, now we're going to use this extra boost mode to pull away from them. George has already crossed the line, okay. That Mercedes is quick.
Okay, we've been given a time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Get your head down and let's get it done.
Not enough boost mode this lap. Putting on, yeah, you get major super clipping in certain corners. Fair enough. Hamilton's already caught us. So realistically, yeah, don't put the car in on unless it's a safety car or pits. It seems you really want the power all the time. I guess through that set, so you could probably leave it on non,
Keep managing your
but
tyres.
it
Manage your tyres.
doesn't feel like the cars have any power, which I guess they don't, but it's a bit odd.
Okay, gap to the car ahead,
Whoa.
4.9 seconds.
Well, the AI like to send it into corners you wouldn't expect an overtake. That's interesting. I don't know if that was on me, to be fair. So like through here, leave it in non. And then I guess when you get here, chuck it in medium.
Ahead, gap is currently around 5 seconds.
And then you've got the power to go out of here.
Okay, you're losing a small amount of time to the car behind. Let's keep pushing.
But yeah, you've got so much power that it's difficult to get used to the exits. If we start super clipping here instantly, I know part of that's due to straight line mode, but it's definitely a factor. But think as well we're running very low, very high wings compared to the AI. Right through here, the 3/10 back. I think the one thing I've noticed, the AI do not lift and coast like we do. To recharge the battery, we're lifting and coasting through most corners. The AI do not do that. That's probably why they're going for overtakes in, I guess, weird spots, like going underneath that bridge. That would explain it.
Is ahead of you. Time last lap, 1 minute 35.8. Okay, gap to the car in front, 6.2 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 6 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Okay, you're dropping back by around 2/10 each lap.
Tyre wear seems very low on the hards, which is not what I expected. I expected, considering the medium stint, tyre wear would be quite high, but it doesn't seem that way.
Okay, the gap to the car ahead is 5 seconds. Let's see if we can bring it down.
So I guess we just leave it in medium mode the entire lap. And then just put it in normal here. As long as you get an exit and you've got a decent amount of boost, you can just keep the AI behind you, I guess. I think we're starting to catch our car ahead, considering he's on mediums. We have to do, well, we don't have to stop again, I guess. And the only reason cars behind are able to keep up is purely because they've got this boost compared to us, or the overtake, sorry. I think that is the only reason they're keeping up. Because considering the pace of Bortoletto, I'm not lapping that quick compared to, well, I guess Russell, and I think Leclerc has fastest lap of a 1:33. We've only just hit the 1:34s. So, nope, it's gone for a sand. I'd like to see that again, actually. Guess that's the thing of the AI recharge in different places. We lift and coast, they don't, and we just get pushed off. I think that's going to be something we're going to have to get used to. Is do not expect, well, always expect an AI to send it, because they will. And certain corners like that, flat out pretty much. But it's about like, now we've gone flat out and we did that in medium mode. We're in non now, but does that compromise us, I guess, for the next couple corners, because we weren't in medium, because we weren't in non, we weren't able to recharge the battery as much as you would want to. Which then, I guess, compared to these cars behind, isn't that bad. But maybe that could be the difference between getting straight line mode or not. Sorry, not straight line mode, the extra overtake.
Okay, gap ahead, 2.3 seconds.
There's a lot of understeer as well that you've got to get used to. And we see this in real life, but I guess it's going to be the same for the game. The cars, certain corners you go, let's say third gear for, you're now in second. Canada hairpin, you'd want to go down to second gear, you're now in first gear, because it recharges your battery. I think it's high wing, lower gears. Especially down here, you can just, we've left it at non, but still burning battery. But then chuck it in medium here. You've just got that extra speed and the extra bit of battery to then chuck it in recharge. We've managed to drop Hadjar, and Lewis has been overtaken. So that's good.
Right, you've got boost mode available now. Use it if you want to.
Yeah, you're not really watching tyre wear anymore, whereas last game it would be, I just left the cars in non, because I needed to focus on tyre wear and all of that. Now it's kind of a thing of leave the car in, like, leave the MFD screen of the fuel and battery levels up, because that's going to be where you're making changes. Got a lot of battery for this lap. I guess the AI are somewhat lifting and coasting. We may be able to get in here.
Strong, but be aware these tyres need to go the distance.
Nice. And now he hasn't got it, but we've got it for the entire lap. We can use it to pull away and get within a second maybe of Perez, because he's not going to have it either, but Albon is. Rewind that. Yeah, I guess the AI is sort of running right there. It looked like Hadjar or Bortoleto, I can't remember which one I just looked at. They're still at about 70% going down that straight. So I guess they've the AI managed to hold their battery a little bit better, but I guess it's day one, we're learning. I think as well you're going to see these moments where we've got two cars within a second of the car in front, and we're all getting the boost mode. It's all going to be about who gets closest, who has battery at the right time. So basically in this situation, we've got the boost, we're not using it, Hajar's got it. Right now, the main focus needs to be recharge, to then hopefully double overtake down the straight. So like here we're on basically full battery, and we're going to have that for the entire lap with the boost mode. Seeing cars like Leclerc box, I mean if we got a safety car at the end of this lap, that would be brilliant, and we've come out ahead of him, which is great. Perez is super clipping. Use the overtake and then cover the inside. Once we get past Perez, it's a 10-second gap to Behrman. I guess he's got a pet. Piastri's boxing.
Oscar is into the pit lane. Oscar in the pits.
You can really cut the chicane quite a lot compared to what I'm doing. So yeah, Max is in. Oh, got a yellow flag. That's a Mercedes. That's one of the Mercedes. Cars behind the boxing. George Russell's out. Okay. So now Kimi's leading. Great.
Gasly's stopping now.
We've not got overtake, neither's Hajar, but Leclerc may have it on Hajar. So, yeah. Another yellow flag.
At the moment, just focus on the driving.
That could be a safety car.
5 seconds.
If we get two yellow flags, it's normally a safety car. If it's a VSC or a safety car, we'll box for mediums and go to the end. They'll go. Colapinto's out. Looks like it's not going to be a safety car.
Okay, clear.
But I think as well we may see that even if you're on older tyres, if you can look after them and battery, you can keep the lead. You've not really got anything to worry about.
Gasly's ahead of you. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 6.4 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Their tyres are just one lap old. And the time last lap, 1:53.8.
Yeah, our tyres are easy to go to see, and we've been on, what, 15 laps? And they're on 20%. We're also going to see, just because you've qualified first does not mean you'll have good race pace, because that means you can manage your battery over a lap, and maybe you've just got a different deployment strat in quali, whatever. In the race, that's where we're going to see the pace. In quali, I was 3 seconds off pole, 21st was 2.4, so I was 6-ish tenths off second to last place. And in the race pace, we've not got great race pace, considering we're in a McLaren, compared to like the Aston, but it seems like we're kind of managing race pace better than quali, which seems a bit normal for me.
Okay, the car ahead 7 seconds up the road on you.
I wouldn't say no to a safety car though. Put me on some mediums. Or I guess, we got any? No, we've only got the used mediums, so we'd have to go hards. Okay. Bit of contact from Leclerc. We are running with a bit of front wing damage, so I don't know how badly that's affecting us. I know some people will probably say I'm stupid for saying this, but I think medium traction control users could get closer to non-traction control users, purely based on the fact of the lower gear matter with these cars will help.
Okay, you're catching the car
I
ahead.
think it will actually be
We need to get to the
pretty,
end of the race on these tyres.
you know, pretty, not close, but closer than it was with last year's cars. Where would we come out? We'd come out 10th if we box, so we're only going to lose 4 positions. Hard seems to be the tyre, like, for distance, but I think mediums are the better race tyre. If you can stop them overheating, you can do some really good stuff with them.
Green flag.
Who's that for? Williams, maybe? Yeah, well then. A lot of the cars as well, you see that normally you'd just be able to plant the throttle and just go full throttle out of a corner, and you wouldn't really have any consequences. We're seeing with these, you can't full throttle out of corners if you've got anything more than none in the ERS mode. Because we go from, I think it's 450 horsepower straight up to the full 1000. Berman's catching up to Hulkenberg a little bit, but we're kind of maintaining the gap, so it's alright. We've got 16 laps to go. Hopefully Hulkenberg's able to keep Behrman behind him. If he is, that would really help our race. Especially with this 3-second penalty. We're not going to catch Leclerc or Gasly.
How's it going?
It's going alright. I mean, we've made up some decent positions. Getting more used to battery. Wet weather driving's a bit weird. But we're getting used to it. I'm enjoying it, actually. It's not my usual driving style.
Have been down and put back up while you've been in this race.
Seriously? I did not even know that.
Tyre condition still looking good.
But yeah, like, I'm getting used to it. I'm enjoying it. It's not my usual style of driving. I don't like this style of driving where you're not able to just push. But I think it's going to make me a bit of a smarter racer than I was before. I think before I'd basically rely on a strategy and just hope I had pace, and if I didn't, I'd just sit there. Whereas now you've really just got to plan it out a lot more, and you've got to be quite a smart racer to do well, and I think that's something we're going to see in league racing especially. Career mode, maybe you can kind of cheese it a bit because the AI, but especially in league racing and multiplayer, I think that's going to be quite interesting. And 5-lapper races, which used to be just 5 laps, full throttle, there's even going to be strategy in those. Like, how do you deploy it? Do you stick with them in boost for 4 laps, and then the final lap, use that extra power to just shoot past them? It's going to be interesting. I'm actually looking forward to doing that. I'm going to do some tomorrow. Obviously, I got my league race around here tonight. So this is kind of nice practice. I'm getting more comfortable each lap. Tyre strategy is a bit of an interesting one, because it's going to be different to this, because we're doing only a 50% tonight. But I'm thinking of recording a lot of videos over the next couple days. and they'll be going out on YouTube, but I'll be recording them from the streams that we do here. So everything will be up on Twitch, and then the videos will be up on YouTube. That sort of highlights of it, that sort of condense the information down. Full converged
Aston feels
caption.
too nice.
Does it? I've only driven my McLaren. My McLaren. I've only driven this car. I honestly think with the Aston, EA have been told to be nice to him. Apparently the Honda engine's alright. Not great, obviously, but apparently it's alright compared to real life. I honestly think they've been told just be a bit nice to them, because the Aston would just be 5 seconds a lap off. Which I get. I mean, you want it to be realistic, at least the regs are. The Aston's the Aston, it'll be alright to drive. I'm intrigued as well to do, I'm probably going to do on stream as well, which will be a video, comparing every car's battery usage, and especially their top speed around probably the Mexico or Baku. I want to test like which car's battery deploys the best, like top speed wise, all on equal setups. Each car will be running the same setup. It'll just be realistic performance, because
Baku has always been the best for top speed.
Yeah, I mean Mexico I've heard is pretty decent, but you just super clip the entire time. So I think Baku is just going to be interesting, just for like science, I guess. You'll understand it a lot more.
No super clipping in the DLC.
There's a little bit. It's not a lot, but you can definitely feel it. Like, it's not super clipping like it is in real life, but I've noticed you can be going down a straight that doesn't have the active aero, and you'll get to a point you're still deploying, or your car's still accelerating, and then you'll get to a point towards the corner, and the car will just naturally slow down, even though you're in the same battery mode. I'd honestly say that's the closest we're going to get to super clipping in this. But maybe that's just set up or the way the cars work. I honestly don't know. It just, that to me is what super clipping looks like.
Catching you at a rate of about 2 seconds a lap, be aware. Gap to the car ahead, 17.2 seconds.
when Behrman passes, because he will, I'm going to try and stick with him as best I can, because we couldn't stick with Leclerc that well. But I think we might have the pace to keep up with Behrman, maybe. I know Hajar's catching up. We've got that 3 second, which will put us almost, well, behind Hajar now. I'm not that bothered about it. I'm mainly, we're learning the track. It's fine.
Okay, gap to the car in front, 20.3 seconds.
I think if there's a safety car, we go softs. Or we go back to the used mediums. I guess we could do that. I don't know. You can really extend out though, like it is quite a tight circuit, similar to Baku. But you've also got quite a lot of runoff on the exit of corners. A bit close to barriers there. But you can really cut the corners quite a lot and use the off track. Right, Behrman's gonna have boost on the next lap, so I imagine he's gonna maybe go for it. If he's got speed, he'll go for it down the next straight, not this one, the next one. Looks like Leclerc's going to get 4th though, which is good for him. Hamilton's not far behind us. I'd say he's like 3 seconds back. Okay, we're going to ignore that. It's fine. I think all my warnings have come from that one chicane, but you can cut it. Definitely not as much as I am, but you can cut it. They catch up in the first and final sector for us, I think. It's all about figuring out where you need to turn it down, where you need to increase the battery, all of that. Agile's going for the move. Claire will probably get Gasly this lap. I chose the harder allocation of tyres. I honestly think the balanced one would be better because you've got 2 mediums and 1 hard, and realistically, you do not need 2 hard tyres around here. You can run medium hard. This track is an easy one-stop, I reckon, but I think you could one-stop it with the right setup and tyre management, all of that. However, I will say, I think 2 stops quicker. It's like Austria last on like the 25 cars. You can run a 1-stop and you can complete the race and you'll be quick, but you can 2-stop it and be just as quick as someone that 1-stops it with the tyre lash. That's the sort of risky run.
Okay, gap ahead, 26.2 seconds.
I guess we can probably he was going to go past anyway. Let's get the boost off him.
Try to stay with them. They might make a mistake and we could still regain the position.
I think the AI lift and coast into that corner. Definitely.
Hadja ahead. Time last lap, 1 minute 35.0. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Okay, they've done 15 laps on those tyres. Okay, you're dropping back by around 1.4 seconds.
Yeah, it's definitely, you can definitely feel the difference between boost and overtake. So the 1 second window boost that you get compared to standard, it's not massive, but you can definitely feel like, oh okay, my car's suddenly just got more power all the time. That's when I'd recommend run it in non, so that you can allow yourself to get used to making the exits with the extra power. But yeah, I think, yeah, no, I was wrong. The 2-stop is the way to go. It feels like 1-stop is doable, same as Austria, like I said, but you are quicker doing a 2-stop because we're already. We'll check once we get out this corner because I sometimes get better exit. We're 2 seconds behind. We lost 2 seconds that lap and we had the extra power. So, yeah, it's definitely a 2-stop strat. But we've seen the AI, we're running softs. That to them seems like a viable strat. Haven't tested them myself, I've only driven 3 laps on them, but obviously they were new tyres each lap for quali. But they seemed fine. I just think they'd overheat with my setup, but that's down to each different person. But I think there are certain corners where you want to be, like that corner previously where we were in 4th, you want to be in 3rd just to recharge, but you have to be in 4th to get any speed out of the corner. So it's almost like you downshift to 3rd, then immediately back up to 4th. I kind of see it as almost like the F1 24 battery recharge, where you put it in non, but to actually recharge you had to drop down a gear, then change back up a gear. It feels somewhat similar in that corner specifically. Drop down a gear, instantly back up, and your battery will recharge.
We won't be making another pit stop.
Seems like Piastri's caught up to Antonelli though. They're going into sector 3 now, so we're almost about 2/3 of a lap down, maybe over that. But we're getting used to it. I think we were on the wrong strat, but we've got used to the cars now.
Gap to the car in front, 4.5 seconds.
I think what I may do, end of this lap, end of the lap 54, I'm gonna box, chuck on some softs, and just go for some push laps, just to see what the tyres are like. We weren't getting in the points anyway, but we'll come out 17th, but we may be able to get some overtaking done, I think. Is he gonna go for a move? Yes? I don't know. And the only thing, the softs are overheat, so that's why we'll only do a couple laps on them. I don't think it's worth changing the front wing. I don't think it's affecting us because of the side it's on. But I could be wrong. Yeah, the AI love to go for a move into that corner. I wouldn't suggest it, I guess. I wouldn't say like, yeah, that's a corner you should overtake in, but you know. Yeah, we'll put softs on and just go to the end. We've saved a lot of fuel.
Okay, mate, that's it. Go.
Sensors are only on 8%, so these are quality tyres, that's fine. Hopefully we'll come out, we won't be a lap down, that's the hope. We won't be. We should be out with this Aston. Hopefully, or we'll catch up to one.
Look after these tyres now and want to finish the race on this compound.
Okay, we're a bit behind, but we'll catch up. Bump now. Yeah, immediately more grip. We'll try and go for fastest lap, but I just don't think we have the pace, even on these tyres. I don't know, I just don't think I'm that quick. Okay, not when Lewis is sat in a 133 might be doable. Car feels responsive on new tyres. Which it should, but massive difference. don't think we're going to set fastest lap, but we'll set a new PB. A new fastest lap for us personally in the race. Kind of want to be within that second though. No, we just missed out. Oh no, we've got it. We've got it.
Okay,
Nice.
final lap. Let's go. Final lap. The car behind starts to drop back.
Give me one.
Beginning to fall. Let's make the most of it.
Lost all vibrations, which is great. I guess the problem with that now is I can't feel when the car's going to wheel spin.
Boost mode is
But
available now.
it's okay. Even with front wing damage though, you can definitely tell the tyre difference. I guess last year was kind of, you could undercut last year and it would be majorly quicker, but I think that's going to be, it's going to be the same this year. It was a pretty good race.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Let's just get penalty. Idiot.
Yeah, they're interesting. I like them. I think they're going to take a lot of getting used to. I like them compared to the AI. I don't know how they're going to be against people in a league race, but yeah, they were pretty good. I enjoyed them. Let's have a look at the highlights. It was a weird qualifying. Weird top three. I think we should have started on the softs. That we would have kept up with the AI a bit better. But it's all a learning thing. We're learning the track. We're learning the tyres. It's yeah. It's new cars, everything. The cars look great though. Like the DLCs looks really good. As our F125 look good anyway. So yeah. Snapping it in the wall 2 laps in a row. Yeah, the AI send it a lot more. I think that's because they're not lifting and coasting like the player has to. Because we know the AI have quite a lot extra battery, so I don't know if... Yeah. But we did nearly a 30 lap stint on the hards. We should have done medium hard, but we started on mediums, so... Yeah. I think once we've watched the replay, I'm going to end the stream, I'm going to go off and do some practice on some other tracks, just to sort of see what the AI like. Tracks like Silverstone and more traditional circuits. That's kind of where my interest is at. Madrid was the new circuit, so obviously you want to showcase it off. But no, good race. Close race for the top 2. But yeah, AI seems to spread out quite well. But yeah. I'm going to start a career mode as well sometime this weekend, maybe, just to sort of get that going. But I want to learn the DLC first before I even touch career mode. Might as well, once we've finished, what's this, a load? We'll have a look through the cars actually, because I haven't looked. I've only looked at the McLaren. So the player car we've got, it looks pretty nice actually. Anyway, here's the McLaren. I think it looks really nice. The Mercedes, yep, looks great. The Red Bull, they've done really well. I think I'm intrigued to see that.
I'm back.
You're right. Ferrari looks pretty good, like the black rims. Williams, I think their car model's not finished yet. That's later.
Yeah, just had dinner.
Nice. RB looks good. I don't like the white rims, but it looks good. Aston Martin looks great. Haas looks great. Audi's, yeah. Yeah, the Cadillac looks really nice. But no, they've done a good job with the DLC. I think it's pretty solid overall. I like it. So right, I'm gonna end stream, and I'll be back later tonight at about 7:45 for the race around Madrid. So I'm gonna get some more practice in. Right, I'll see you in a bit.